I don't get it how people survive in a month with just their salary. Most people depend on their salary. They wait 30 days to receive their salary and they are comfortable with it. I don't understand. For example, let's be honest with ourselves here. Salary is no longer enough because if you factor in transport, feeding, data, rent in a month, before you notice, 2 weeks alone, that salary you are being paid is gone. Let me use myself for example. When I was living in Nigeria before I moved abroad, my salary in 2024 was 30,000 naira. Let me break it down how I live with all these things. So my salary in a month is 30,000. If in every 2 weeks, I buy data of 5,000. That means in a month, I spend 10,000 for data. That's my budget in every month, 10,000 naira. 2 weeks for 5,000, another 2 weeks again, 5,000, which is how much? 10,000. Out of what? 30,000. How much do I have remaining? 20,000 here. My my NEPA bill every month is how much? 5,000 naira. That one is sometimes 5,000, 6,000. That's how much I spend for NEPA. If you remove 5,000 from 20k, how much remain? 15k. I've not even factored in transport. I've not even factored in feeding. I've not even factored in miscellaneous. Family will call, sister, brother will call for emergencies. Sometimes plus and minus in a month, I spend over 100,000 as my monthly expenses. But my salary is 30,000. Oh, how am I doing all these things? How am I able to still scale, meet up, and save up and move abroad? How did I do it? I was having a conversation with a friend. It has been long we spoke. He said, "Hey, you moved abroad. When did you move abroad? How did you do it?" I said, "Bro, I was in Nigeria. It took me 5 years for me to save up for my schooling abroad before I moved." He said it's not possible for me to actually save for my salary in 5 years and move. I said, "Of course, it's not possible. Your salary is barely enough. How do you manage to save?" Then he asked, "How do I do it?" I said, "Because I have side hustles." So in this video, I'll be sharing with you 6 ways on how you can start your side hustle. In order to have something on the side, possibly save up for something better, because salary can't get you anywhere. It can't. Look at the economy right now. Look what's happening. Do you still believe in your job? You get your salary 30 days. Before 2 weeks, everything is gone. You pay bills. Before you know, you have debt accumulated everywhere. It's nothing. So right now, you better rise up and do something. Let me share with you guys how I was able to manage, live, survive in Nigeria with my 30,000 salary. At some point, my boss, he was like, "Omasi, how are you doing it? How are you surviving with 30,000? Like, is it something?" My boss lives in the UK. Sometimes he imagines how I'm doing it. But the thing is, I'm doing that job, but I wasn't even kind of like affected. I wasn't feeling it because I do have side hustles. I'm a web designer, a social media manager. I build social account and I set it off, you know. Then I also do content creations. I have money coming in from different sides. So in a month, if everything goes well, sometimes I make up to 1 million. 500,000, 700,000, 200,000, 100,000. Sometimes in a month, nothing. It kind of like goes up and down, so it fluctuates. So, but when all this money is coming in, like I always try to channel it in so many ways. I always try to have a good saving. I have a good saving culture. So I always prepare myself ahead of the rainy days and the dry days. So any day that things are good, fine. Any day things doesn't go well, fine as well. So it doesn't affect me. It keeps me afloat. So I'm not always sinking. I don't have debt anywhere. I'm always financially free at a level. A lot of people comes, like have friends who comes, "Please come, can you borrow me 20,000? Can you borrow me 30,000? Sometimes I'll ask myself, all these people asking that I should borrow them money, do they also know that I also have a salary that I do collect apart from my side hustle? But all these things is something that I've actually built and I accumulated over the years. All these skills I accumulated. Now, to you watching this video, how do you build this side in hustles? How do you build these side incomes that will help you stay afloat? I call it staying afloat so that you don't drown. What I mean drowning is when you have so many debts everywhere, you are drowning. But when you actually have a side hustle that pays you, it keeps you afloat, At least you get to live at a bare minimum. You're not in debt. At least you can able to do kind of a level of expenses to yourself. Maybe if you want to move abroad, you start saving up. It might take you years to do that. For me, it took me 5 years. But finally, I actually made that move. Now, I have my notes here. Let me share with you guys here. Things that I've actually, just bear with me. I have my notes here. I want to share with you guys. All right. This is my book here. I have a lot of things I have written out. So I want to share with you guys how you can actually do this. If you're somebody who wants more, you want to break out. I call it breakout from this circle, from depending on your salary. Please, you can watch the video today. And all right. So the first one is, how do you start building a side hustle? First of all, you start with what you know. For me, I'm somebody who is good with IT. I'm good with tech. I'm good with internet. Right. I first of all learned about computer. From computer, I learned how to do design website. From designing website, I learned about what social media management. I learned digital marketing. I also learned how to build fan pages. Now, a lot of people will be like, "What is fan page?" Or they call it Instagram theme pages. Now, a fan page is, for example, when you go to Instagram, right, you will see, for example, the video main Instagram account, you see other pages that are on his name and they have a huge number of followers. That's the kind of things I do. I will use my phone. All right, use my phone. This phone, you see, guys, this phone, this Samsung made me millions. This phone brought me to Europe. This phone is a door opener for me. This phone, I have about 3 phones, but see this phone, I love this phone. This phone made me millions. So I'm not joking with this phone. All right, this phone, I will use my phone, create, for example, let's say I want to have a fan page for it for Facebook, like for the video here. I'm giving you guys like the tips on how I'm actually how I was able to break out with my side hustle. I will create an Instagram account with the video's name. I might say, okay, the video fan page. I will start posting videos and pictures about the video on that Instagram account with hashtag that has to do with what? The video. The more you keep doing it, the more you follow people, people follow you back. The more you keep posting content, a lot of people will start thinking maybe that's the video's account, or some people will know that, okay, because they are fan of the video, you tell them to follow. You put good description, everything. The more you keep doing it, consistency, guys, it's not easy. The more you keep doing it constantly, before followers will start coming. You'll start growing from 1,000 to 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, 6,000, 7,000, 9,000, 10,000 followers. The moment you hit 10,000 followers, that is where you start doing the minimum job. Where you do the most jobs is when you are from 0 to 10,000 followers. But the moment you click 10,000, you start doing less job. What do I mean? Your job is just start posting. Because once you hit the 10K mark, Instagram algorithm will start suggesting the account to people. People will start following. Before you know, the account will start growing. I've grown an account over 100,000 followers. And this account, if I'm selling this account of 100,000 followers, I will be selling an account like 400,000 naira. 600,000, depending on the engagement of that account. What am I trying to say here? Start with what you know. If you're a hairdresser, if you're a hairdresser, maybe you know how to make hair. You can actually create an account on Facebook, or maybe have a Facebook page, or maybe post on your WhatsApp. Say, hey, you start showing samples of hair. Your friends will start calling you. Before you start making like 1,000, 2,000, before you know, you start growing from there. Start with what you have. You don't have to have the whole world. Start with what you have. If you don't have any skill, what do you need to now? Go and learn a skill. If you don't have any skill, maybe you don't have any skill, any marketable skill, things to, maybe you don't know what to do, anything. But I believe we, as humans, God created us with something that we are good at. Maybe if you don't have anything you're good at, you might go online and start learning. For example, I said, okay, you can actually be good in social media management. This is where you see, you brand yourself as a social media manager. You start building accounts. When somebody wants to hire you and tell, okay, show me what you have done, you start showing them that account you manage, account you build, the results you have actually accumulated over the months, over the years. You can actually learn how to design websites, how to code. Right now, there is vibe coding, code with AI. You play around with all these AI tools. As you're playing around with all these AI tools, you try to document your journey. What do I mean by documenting your journey? Try to share your journey on Twitter, on Instagram, on TikTok, on Facebook. Try to document your journey so that people know that, okay, you're doing this. Before people start coming to you as for advice, coming to you to teach them as well. From there, you start making money from what you know. First of all, you need to give to the market before you receive. That's how the order of things works. Start with what you have, learn a skill, build on it, show people that you are good on it before you can monetize that skill. That is the first one. On my book here, I have start small. You don't need to start big. Guys, let me say this. You see this phone here? That's my office. I started with this phone. This phone, I started with this phone. This phone, I bought this phone 150,000. This phone. But this phone brought me to Europe. This phone was the phone that made me millions, that brought me to Europe. All right. Because I was seeing this as an office. I was seeing this as someone who came from nothing, who's building something. So I took this very seriously. The way I use this as my office. I don't joke with it. I don't go online or start dating or start looking for girls to chat with. I don't do all of that. Whenever I'm at home, after my work, I go home and start looking for how to make money. How do I improve myself? How do I become an authority in what I do? You know, a lot of people try to focus on different things, but I always try to be dedicated. Let me tell you, when I was doing my 9 to 5 job in Lagos, that was in Lagos, I work from 8 a.m. My work starts from 8 in the morning to 8 p.m. 8 in the morning, I start. I'm a teacher from 8 in the morning till 8 p.m. So once I go home from that 8 p.m., like from my work to my house, it's like 1 hour. I get home around 9, sometimes after 9, 9:30. Then from 9:30, I will eat, bath. Then from 10 to 12, I will make sure that I learn something or try to, look at my side hustle and see how it's going before I will sleep. Then wake up the next day and go again. Then over the weekend, I focus full time on my side hustle. This is how I was doing it constantly for 5 good years before I actually break out from Nigeria. All right. So you can do it as well. That is if you are dedicated. If I can do it, I come from a family of nothing. All right. So I come from a family. I come from a family where you're on your own. Like you are the man. You are a man on your own. Move. Do what you want. No help. Nothing. If you're somebody who is in that state and you're watching this video today, use me as a sort of motivation. If I or Mercy can do it, you can do it. I'm saying it. If I can do it, you can do it. Trust me, because I know what I'm saying. So the third one I have here is protect your main job. Remember, your job, like your 9 to 5, that's your salary job, is what is actually what going to fund your side hustle. Most people will tell you side hustle is it doesn't require anything. It's just me. It requires something. No, it requires time. It requires time. It requires data. If you don't have a job, how do you buy data? Remember, I told you guys, me every 2 weeks is 5,000 naira. That means in a month I'm spending 10,000 for data. If you don't have a job, how do you afford to get that money to buy data? I've seen a lot of guys in Nigeria, they will tell that they have ideas, but they struggle with data. And I know there was a point, I remember 2017, 2016, 2015, I was struggling so much with data. When I was learning how to code, starting out on internet, I was struggling with data, because then I don't have a job. I was living with my sister. But the moment I got a job now, I made it part of me to, okay, this is how much I'm putting aside for data. So if you have a 9 to 5 job, your main thing and you're trying to build a side hustle, every month you get a salary, remove data money. Know that, okay, this is how much I'm having for data. Remove it and put somewhere. If possible, open 2 accounts. You can have OPay or PalmPay, put the money there. Know that, okay, this account is for data. Nothing will happen that will make you touch it, so that you don't lack data. That's lacking of data now will help you to focus more. Please, let me say this again. Don't go and burn your data watching TikTok or strolling on Instagram or laughing or comedy. Those doesn't put money in your pocket. Focus on what puts money in your pocket. A lot of people once they come and see what I do, they'll be like, man, your life is so boring. Of course I'm boring, but I know what I'm building. A lot of people said you are so boring. Some people have said it to me so many times, because most times when they come to my office, they see me. I'm on my phone. I'm on my laptop. I'm already something. It's watching of TikTok, scrolling and laughing and shining teeth. I don't do those things because why? I've actually wired my brain to tell myself that this doesn't give me money. Rather, I'm making the person money. Why not do something that will also make me money? I don't like where I am, so I need to change the condition where I am, and I finally made it. Even at this point, I'm still working as hell. I'm still working tirelessly to make sure that I get where I want to be. I keep saying it. If I can do it, you can. Without no help from anybody. Without no help from siblings. I made it. I moved abroad. I saved up to move abroad. No loan, nothing. I did it by the grace of God Almighty. Not human. If I can do it, you watching the video can do it as well. All right. So, like I said, start what? Protect your main job. Protecting your main job means that, remember, that job is what is going to finance your side hustle, buying of data. For example, maybe if you need to pay something online, is the money from your salary is what you can use to do those things. I've done it so many times. There's always trial and error when it comes to building side hustles. One might work, one might not work. Like for example, if you need a website for your side hustle, maybe if you need to pay something online and all of that, so you need at least something to finance it. You cannot build side hustle entirely free. For example, if you want to start doing social media management, like building fan pages, like Instagram page, you need data consistently to be posting on those Instagram, right? How do you get data? By working. Now, I built Instagram pages, I sell them. I built TikTok pages, I sell them. I built Facebook groups, I sell them. I built Facebook pages, I sell them. Instagram, YouTube channels, I build YouTube channel up to 5,000 follow or 5,000 subscribers. I sell them because I have mastered all these skills. I have learned all these things online. Go to YouTube. Anything you want to learn is there. I'm saying this because I've done it with my full chest. I'm beating my chest. I've done it, and I know what I'm saying. All this, you saw this face, you saw these social media pages. You see, I've built all of them. YouTube channels of 5,000 followers, I sell. TikTok 10k followers, I sell. Instagram of 100k. There's no level I've not built because I've learned how to master all these things. To me, it's more like, to me right now, I told myself that there's some things I cannot do again because I'm focusing on a more sustainable businesses. You see, building Facebook pages, all these things, I've left all those things on the side. That was what I started with. But right now, I'm looking at building companies, building tech giant companies. That's what I'm looking at. And it's still taking me time to study, to know the market, to know strategies on how to apply all these things. But if you're someone who is starting out, I would say start with the smallest. As your time progresses, you start to learn. And the more you learn, the more you try to show people so that people will come back. You start teaching, then you start getting paid for teaching them as well. That's the trick to this. If you do it, things will change. Now, the fourth one is use your phone as your office. Let me bring back my phone again. This is my phone. This phone is my office. This phone brought me to Europe. All right. When I was in Nigeria, I have up to 5 million in my account. This phone made me that money. I have friends who bought iPhone 14, iPhone 12, iPhone 13 when it was raining. Some of them bought cars. They would drive and come to my office and tell me that, hey, look at my car key. I'll say, okay, fine and good. They will look at me as a poor guy. I don't have anything. I was living in one room in Lagos, But I have all this money. But I choose to live very, very frugal because I have a goal. I have a target. Now, all this thing I'm trying to say, what am I trying to say here is your phone is your office. I come from nothing. I don't know how to say it. I don't know how to make you guys understand. I come from nothing. This is my office. Even here living in Europe, this is still my office. Even here living in Europe, this is still my office. So see this as your office. This has wonders. I have tested the moon of internet. I can testify to it that it's more like a river. There's so many fish in the river. The only thing is for you to go fishing. Go fishing. The money you're looking for, you have it. It's in your hands. This phone is need to watch me now. If you put this phone to work, you will get money. You will get money. I don't know what you're doing with your phone. Most of you guys, after watching, you guys will scroll. And it will end up like nothing is happening. You are the one doing it yourself. You have the power to make this change for good. You can make it happen, guys. All right? I don't know how to express it or how to say it more, but trust me, you can make it happen. The fifth one I have here is separate your money. This is very, very important. When I start making money from my side hustle, I have like more like 5 accounts. I was opening different accounts, but later I end up having 2. For example, I have GT and I have Zenith. All right? So now what I'm doing is any money coming from my side hustle goes to my Zenith. My salary account is where I pay in my salary is in my GT. I pay myself. My boss lives in the UK. Every morning I take money from the office account and pay myself 30,000 naira. All right. So everything goes to my GT account. So It got to a point where all the money I'm accumulating goes into my Zenith bank. And I got to see that, man, my side hustle start to perform very well more than my main salary job. In a month, I'll be racking up to 300,000. Sometimes in a day, I'll be racking up to 200, 300, 400 in a day. I will just sit in my office, all this money is coming in from my side hustle. And I'll be like, man, this is so good. You know, if I see my side hustle account and my salary job, I'm like, man, damn, this is so good. This is so good. If you can as well do it, it's possible, guys. It's very, very much possible. It's very, very much possible. Mind you, my whole journey with this internet started right from 2015. It's not today, 2015. That's when I got into internet. Consistent learning, studying, trial and error before I got to where I am right now. If you start now, you have time. If you start now, you have time ahead. If you choose to start later, it's left for you. All right. So what I'm just trying to say here is, if you want a change for yourself for good, start now. Now is the best time. As you are doing your salary job, also your side hustle, don't leave your salary job first. Leave it until you start making times 3, times 4 of your salary before you decide to quit. Before I left my salary job, that was when I got my visa. I was working my salary job, apply for my visa, got my visa before I told my boss, please, I want to quit. Then I quit. All right. So be in your job and build your side hustle, build your business from there. It's a business, guys. Once you build it, finish, then you can quit your job and focus more on your side hustle. My friends, we are all in the same circle. This is how we are building our businesses. If we can do it, especially me here, you can as well do it, guys. So the final one here is be patient. Please be patient with the process. You see all this I'm saying here, it's not going to work if you're not patient, or if you're somebody who just have, maybe you just fast. If you have this dopamine effect, you want it so fast. It's not going to happen so fast. It's going to take years, time, months, weeks before you start getting something. The internet right now is not that. The internet to me now is very, very competitive, but at the same time, you can still start. All right, you can start by learning how building a skill. Start showing up. Once you start making money from your side hustle, start investing. For example, you can start investing in crypto, start investing in stock market as well. When I start making money from my side hustle, I start putting in money into Bitcoin, into Ethereum, into Solana, into different cryptocurrencies, and also into the stock market. In fact, the money I used to move abroad was all in cryptocurrency, because I used to invest constantly in cryptocurrency. I used to invest. So when it got time for me to move, there was nothing in my Naira account. I had to open my wallet and pull money from crypto before I moved abroad. Guys, I'm a testimony to this. I'm a living witness to this. If you have any doubt or any question, please leave it on the comment section. Comment below. Personally, I can devote my time to guide people, to host call, to guide you. Whether you want to go into social media management, like building fan pages, I have done it. I know how to do it. Till today, I know how to do it. If you want to go into website design, I know how to do it. Digital marketing, I know how to do it as well. Now, AI automations and all of that, I know how to do it. Right now, I'm looking at building tech companies. That is where I'm actually looking into that. That's the stage I am right now to build tech companies. All right. So if you want help or guidance, please comment below, share your thought. I just want you to break free. Your salary is not enough. Even though you are earning 100,000, you are earning 200,000. It's still not enough. There's something called lifestyle inflation. The moment you start earning a particular figure, the moment your lifestyle will increase, and you will need more. And if you're not smart enough, that is when you start drowning. You start sinking. You start going in debt. These are some things you need to learn. You need to unlearn and relearn so many things. I just hope someone takes something from this video. I know this video is pretty long, but from the way I sound, from the way I say it, you know that I'm speaking from a place of someone who has witnessed it. I have been there. I have been there. And I hope you make your own move soon. All right. So this is me sharing this. You need to start a side hustle, build it. There's always what the possibility, the margin is endless. The possibility is endless, guys. The possibility is endless. For example, if you learn web design, you can go into Upwork and start building for job. It's not easy. Build what? LinkedIn account. Make yourself what? An authority. Speak up. Show up. Make content. Content is one thing now that I'm actually gotten into full time, and content has been paying me. All right, not on this particular channel. This channel is more like me sharing inside my day-to-day life, but on my own personal channel, content is paying me. All right, people book calls to talk to me, and you as a person, you can as well do it. This is something that I've learned over the years. Learn to be on camera, learn to talk. When I started, I was a shy person, but as time goes on, I got confident. I got used to doing it, and it's paying off. Let me give you one tip. Maybe this is what will motivate you. The moment you make your first 20,000 or 10,000 or 5,000 from internet, then you will believe there's power on internet. That's when you take it serious. Let me say it again. The moment you make your first money from the internet, that's when you believe the power of internet. That's when you actually got serious in this game. All right. So I hope this motivates you. This makes you to make that move and work on your personal journey to making money online. All right. So if you have any doubt or questions, please comment below. If you want me to actually host maybe a live or maybe create a group where we can actually talk, look at different ways or different means on starting businesses or side hustle just based on my personal experience, how I was able to make money, just like I shared social media building management, digital marketing, AI automations, all these things that I've learned over the years that have helped me to make money. Comment below and I'll look into it and see how I can help and support people. My goal right now is to reach and touch so many lives as much as I can to make my voice be heard, because I suffered, guys. I suffered. People that know me face to face know that this guy have been a lot. Imagine nobody gives you one kobo. In fact, people come to take from you. That's how I was made. That was how I grew to this person you are seeing now. That's how I got so tough. That's how I wanted change as bad as I breathe. My question to you is, how bad do you want it? Do you want it so bad? If you want it so bad, then go. Go and make a change for yourself, because you have the power to make it happen. Follow for more, subscribe to the channel, comment if you have any doubt, and guys, I'll see you on the next one. Peace and bye for now, guys. So much love.